Yes, folks, it's John G. Sutton, Tales from the Jails. We're talking today about really one of the most positive ideas I've heard in some time for the prison department to bring into jails, and that's the possibility of having a recruitment office in the prisons whereby potential employers can come in, put their offer of jobs to inmates, interview them, and get them ready for the jobs when they're released. That is a really, really positive step forward. I think Dominic Raab is partly instrumental in introducing this, but they're starting off, they're going to have different themes. They're going to start with the hospitality industry, then they're going to go on to the building trade and various other big employers, big employing systems that are out there, and bring them into the prisons and get interviews with inmates who are forthcoming discharged from prison, in the last 6 months, perhaps last 3 months, and prepare them so that when they leave the prison they've got a job ready for them. Apparently it's been tested sometimes, and generally speaking ex-prisoners prove to be reliable and trustworthy. That's good. I believe it's a really positive step forward. And look at it this way: if I was a prisoner in the jails, and I was coming up, and I've been doing 3 years for swearing at the Prison Officers Association. Yeah, something like that, eh? But and I'd got 3 months to do, and I was happened to be coming up to the end, and I've lost my job, and I've nowhere to live, and all the rest of it. And if you get an interview and they get you a job, all right, it might be washing dishes in a hotel, or security in a hotel, or whatever it is, whatever job you get in a hotel or an entertainment complex, for the hospitality industry. That's a step forward. It gives you a wage. You're not dependent upon benefits, and if that gives you some pride in being back into the community and living a positive lifestyle, because very often inmates get out there and they think, well, there's nothing here for me. I can't get a job. And people, if you go for an interview and they say, do you have any previous convictions? Yeah, I've done 3 years for swearing at the Prison Officers Association. Whoa! Welcome aboard, lad. We hate the bastards too. No, seriously. I do believe that the right way forward is going to be, this is a great idea from Dominic Raab. It must, but I don't see why they can't expedite the release of prisoners who are in the last 3 months. They've got massive overcrowding in the prisons. They're about to put sentenced prisoners into police cells where there's absolutely nothing for them other than a cell with a lock on the door. And that is definitely detrimental to the mental health and well-being of all the prisoners. So this new idea about interviewing people for jobs in the building trade is absolutely ideal, isn't it? I mean, all right, you might not start off as a brickie, but you can go in as a brickie's labourer, lifting bricks, shifting concrete, all the rest of it, mixing it up. It's got to be better than sitting around in a bedsit in the middle of nowhere land, living on benefits. And I think this is a really, really positive initiative to be applauded, yeah? And I believe that they're going to start appointing certain nominated prison officers to be responsible for arranging the interviews. And that's good, because it gives the prison staff some kind of incentive to actually rehabilitate the prisoners, as opposed to just banging them up. Yeah, and stop treating prisoners like the enemy. The inmates are people like me and you. Yeah, it could be your brother, it could be your uncle, your father, your granddad, in there, in prison. You don't want them to be mistreated. You wouldn't want to mistreat your own grandfather, would you? You wouldn't. So why mistreat somebody else's grandfather? You know, give them some hope. That's what's lacking in the prisons, and that is why the prisons are failing. That is why there's self-harm and suicide rates in prison are going through the roof. Lack of hope. This initiative is bringing hope to the prison service, and I think it's to be highly applauded. That and the idea of destroying the old Victorian jails like Armley Jail, Strangeways, Wandsworth, Pentonville, Wormwood Scrubs, Winchester. Knock them down. Take them out, put them on the side of the motorways with a link to them, and then all the families can get there in and out. I mean, trying to park in central London, if you've got somebody banged up at the Scrubs or Wandsworth or the Pentonville, it's not easy to park, not easy to get there and back. Stick them out on the motorway links. People can go there and get there in and out, and have it modernised so that each cell has got its own accommodation, like a proper cell room. Make it like something like a travel lodge or a Premier Inn or something like that. What's wrong with that? Well, it can have bars on the window and a secure door. There's nothing wrong with that. But actually, a Victorian dungeon, in this day and age, it's a damn insult to society. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I do believe that there's going to be more on this subject ahead. And now, Larry from just outside Rotherham has requested another song. So you got the song ding, you got him to blame for that. For whom the bell tolls. Ask not for whom the bell tolls, it tolls for you. And this is John going to give you a song here. This is a song by, it was recorded by Janis Joplin. It's Me and Bobby McGee. Are you ready? If you're sitting comfortably, well, I'm going to destroy that for you. Hey folks, there we go. It's the book, yeah. HMP Manchester, prison officer, John G. Sutton. How many copies have you bought? Hey, here we go. Me and Bobby McGee. Busted flat in Baton Rouge, waiting for a train. I was feeling nearly faded as my jeans. Bobby thumbed a diesel down just before it rains. Rode us all the way to New Orleans. I pulled my harpoon out of my dirty red bandana. I was playing soft while Bobby sang the blues. With the windshield wipers slapping time, I was holding Bobby's hand in mine, and we sang every song that driver knew. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing don't mean nothing, but it's free. And feeling good was easy, Lord, when Bobby sang the blues. Feeling good was good enough for me. Good enough for me and Bobby McGee. From the Kentucky coal mine to the California sun, Bobby shared the secrets of my soul. Through all kinds of weather, through everything we done, yeah, Bobby kept me from the cold. Then one day, near Salinas, Lord, I let her slip away. She's looking for a home I hope she finds. But I'd trade all my tomorrows for one single yesterday, to be holding Bobby's body next to mine. You know, freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing. That's all that's left for me. Feeling good was easy, Lord, when Bobby sang the blues. Feeling good was good enough for me. It was good enough for me and Bobby McGee. There you go. Me and Bobby McGee. Don't forget to get my book, folks. Tales from the Jails.